Have you been punched in the face and then had to stand there looking across the guy like and get ready to go into battle again? No, motherfucker. You know, you can't.
No.
So what do you do? What's your thing? How do you get in the sweet spot?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet because I'm still trying. Every time it's different. Every time I think I got it nicked, figured out, then it doesn't work the next time. It was weird. The fight I had with who was the young kid? What was his name? Hernandez. I remember walking. They let me walk out of the tunnel early, past the curtain, and the fucking crowd went nuts. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, motherfucker!" Like, you know, and it fired me up. I was so ready. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It just like, I was like, "Yep, let's go," you know. And then sometimes I'm back there and I just cannot find it. Like, who's the next guy we fought? No, the Al LaQuinta. Man, I was back there with these guys and they're like, man, this is gonna be a long night. You know, like it's gonna be a long night, man. I just cannot find second gear, just grinding, can't. And I don't know what the magic is. I wish I had the answer. I don't know. It's just different, you know. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, trying because like right now, if you told me I could go out and fight, I'd be fucking stoked. I'd go out there and fight.
Right.
But it's like knowing I have like September 14th and then you count down the days, then you make the weight and then you have that whole day to just hang out. And then Saturday morning, it's fight day and you're like, fuck, do I feel is today the day? You know, like, are all my pistons firing today? But they say you train to beat someone on your worst day. I don't know how much truth is that, but just back there in the locker room, man, everything you see these guys like Joe will put on some Merle Haggard Mama try to get me fired up, you know, and they try to say things and
we're all like playing like a balancing act trying to get him going. But like he super talks about himself one way. He's talking about he couldn't find second gear and couldn't find it in Al LaQuinta fight, which was a 5-yard round, complete fucking destruction. You know what I'm saying?
So it worked out all right.
Yeah, it worked out all right.
In that night. But there's probably nights where you're right that you couldn't find second gear and it didn't go so well.
Well, and then there's nights like El Kukui.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get in there. Like I was telling you, normally like the nights leading up to the fight, I'm like a train wreck, laying in bed, like, oh, can't sleep, all worried. And I remember I came down to these guys the morning after weigh-ins, like, man, I slept great, and I'm worried that I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Right? Like trying to find something to worry about. I was pumped on that fight. I knew I was gonna go out there and throw down, like bell to bell. We were gonna just go fight. You know, the stupid eye thing. That's just what happened.
That's bad luck.
Bad luck.
Well, did you blow your nose? Was that what happened?
I do that all the time. It's just like my thing. Like I just walk around random, like blow my nose. And they're like, "You ready? Are you ready?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And went blow my nose. And
he does that. He does that all the time at the ranch. It's like his nervous twitch or whatever. Yeah.
And then
so just a habit, because in a fight, like how you train is how you fight. So like that's gonna happen.
And everyone says like, "Oh, you're never supposed to blow your nose when you get hit in the face." Nobody remembers that.
And
I've been fighting my whole career. I've never seen that shit happen before.
Have you ever been punched in the face? Like when someone asks these guys, like, "Oh, you know better than that." Like, bitch, have you ever?
Yeah.
Have you had that scenario? Have you been punched in the face and then had to stand there looking across the guy like and get ready to go into battle again? No, motherfucker. You know you can't. So it's just. Those people make me so mad. The Instagram commenters drive me fucking crazy sometimes.
Yeah. It's funny watching some people react to them. Like
I'm the worst. They get me in an argument every time, and then like I end up having to like allow them to win by deleting the comments so they can't keep going. But like, man, they get me every time because I'm like, oh, fuck you, motherfucker.
Your home address. We need to do a show like that. Like, oh, are you Dick Face 37?
Telling you, we should do a show like that.
Says here.
Yeah, that's like a little trap. They're just fishing.
Yeah,
and
they
catch you every time.
Yeah,
they got your bait.
They
know like, oh, Joe's gonna bite on this one.
Yeah.
You just put the squid out and he's gonna fucking
and I'll think
go
I just dropped the heat, like, oh yeah, I got him. And then like, another comment. Fuck.
Yeah. Unwinnable battles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm scared to death, man. I'm fucking crazy, but I'm getting better. I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary in that case.
Of course, it's the most vulnerable. It's the most vulnerable position I think a man can put themselves in, right? Because all right, it's just you. You have the consequences of your health. You have the consequences of your career. You have your identity as an athlete, and you have all of that all happening at the same time. Like how is that not going to bring up the deepest emotions that you have? Like it's going to.
Yeah.
It's going to.
Sure.
Like you have to sort some shit out. So
It's got to be the most stressful job on the planet, I think, because it's the amount of pressure and stress and worry and possibility is overwhelming, and like everybody's different. Like it's not scary for me backstage like it is for Donald. Like Donald's thing is different. Someone else is different than mine, but it's all of us are dealing with the same issues, the same worries, the same sickness, the same soreness, the same breakdown, the same pressure. And it's the reaction to that of how we react to that, right? How we learn from the last time, how we learn from dealing with all of that stuff.
All right, so check. Let me ask you this. So like with all that pressure and all that fear, like it sucks to lose.
Sure.
It sucks to lose. But when you're actually in that point where you've lost, I've lost in many different things in business, life, relationship, all kinds of things. Like usually when you're in that position when you lost, it's not as bad as probably you were afraid of the whole time. You know, is that kind of true? Like it's obviously sucks. It's probably the worst thing to lose out of anything. Like it's way worse than losing in a basketball game for sure.
Yeah.
But like nonetheless, like when you're in the reality of the thing, the fear that you had about what that reality would be like, the fear was a lot greater than the reality of like what you're actually like. All right, well, fuck, here I am.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It sucks.
It sucks.
It's
So
like we say it's different than basketball, but like the consequences of losing in a fight or like what we're doing is like our manhood, our pride, our finances, our ability to take care of family bills, all this stuff, taking a step backwards. What is this loss going to cost me for sponsors
year, right?
and fucking everything? You know what I mean? And it's 100% on you. You know what I mean? Like
there's there's nothing. There's literally nothing in the world that you can have that great of consequence and be that vulnerable.
Right.
But that means
vulnerability.
That means
the most vulnerable.
That means that you're gonna. That's why there's so much fear and anticipation leading up to it. I would imagine, right? Because the consequences touch every part of your life. Like every part of your life, a win or a loss dictates. But then I don't know, man. I guess I'm fishing for the idea that knowing that when you're actually in it, you just fucking deal with it. Like, it's like, all right,
sometimes
I lost.
When you're in there, you enter that flow state, man, and it is incredible. It is like, it's like you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You make shit up, throw it, and it fucking lands. And you're like, woo! Everyone's like, what the hell was that? You're like, I don't know, but it was fucking cool. You know, like you enter this flow, and I talked
doing
about it on
stuff
Joe's.
You don't think about.
Yeah, it feels like you're literally playing a video game with yourself from a third person, and it's insane. And
that's got to be the best.
It's the coolest thing ever. It's like the coolest flow state I could ever talk about being in. You know, like it's unbelievable. They can't even put words to it because you're literally like, jump kick, yeah. Like you could just like, I feel like I'm playing myself in a third person, and I see myself in a third person while I'm in the fight. It's insane. And there's only been a handful of fights it's actually happened in, and I love it, man. It's cool. It's awesome.
Crazy. It's like that fight we have that clip up in the gym where you hit that like 5-hit combination. It was like Killer Instinct in that bitch. Just fucking this crazy combination to finish.
Just do. And you just, it's one of those things that you don't think about. You just do. Like I'd be pushing the buttons, like, you know, and it just happens. Everything flows. And then there's some fights where you cannot you're like so concentrated on everything else, and you can't even jab. You forget how to kick, I don't know. And I imagine other people, with other sports running this problem too all the time. You know, I've never had the opportunity to sit down and talk with like a professional athlete of another sport, like deep, you know, like really get in their mind. But you talk about like the mushrooms and the DMT, and I've never done any drug ever in my entire life ever, and I did DMT for the first time with you. You know, and it was like, wow. And that was like the closest to that flow state I've ever felt in my life, like seeing yourself from a third person, right?
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe. Also, share with any friend that you think might benefit from it. And lastly, go to aubreymarcus.com, sign up for my newsletter diary, and you won't miss a thing.